to thank AIBPM and the committee for organizing 2023 Malang ICPM. And also, I would like to thank AIBPM for providing me a golden opportunity to be the keynote speaker for this international conference. Thank you, AIBPM. And this morning, I'm very happy to talk about employee engagement, a must-have in the future of work. So according to the CEO magazine, early this month, they reported that employee engagement will be a must-have in the future. And according to HR World, 2 days ago, they reported about employee engagement. And it's not only a key to sustainable business strategy of an organization, but it may be the most important factor that accelerates the business growth of an organization. And Forbes, the American business magazine, this month actually reported that 7 in every 10 executives agree that employee engagement is essential to the success of an organization, yet few organizations are doing it correctly. And a lot of organizations, in fact, has actually invested in employee experience initiative and benefit. Still, many of them fail to get some of the basic informations of employee engagement correctly. There is a misconception that talented people are only drawn to the organizations with great benefits. However, the research has shown that people are looking forward, or people actually value meaningful work and also work with people from whom they can grow and learn. Of course, clear career path and talent successions are as important as employee benefits. I believe that you are very familiar with these two terms, employee satisfaction and employee engagement, and some have even used them interchangeably. Here, I would like to talk about the difference between employee satisfaction and employee engagement, because employee satisfaction does not equal to employee engagement, and employee engagement is not the same and it's not the same as employee satisfaction. Let's dive into the differences between these two terms. Let's look at these two scenarios. Imagine that you have these two types of employee in your organizations. Employee A comes into work every day and feeling happy, complete the task, and chit-chat with the co-worker. And he or she is actually very pleased, very happy with the pay and salary, compensations and benefits, and does not feel the need that he or she need to leave the company or need to do any job hunting. Whereas employee B, you can see that he or she comes into work each day feeling happy to be there in the organizations. He or she complete the task, collaborate with the co-workers, and frequently actually brainstorm new ideas to push the organizations forward, and even helps the organization to achieve their objective and also mission. And this employee does not hesitate to voice out their view, their opinions, and concern about what ways to actually innovate. So it is very clear that employee A is very satisfied with his or her job at the workplace. And employee B is deeply engaged in their job. So we can see employee satisfaction is about how the employees feel about their job, and employee engagement is having a bigger concept that employee satisfaction actually is more than employee satisfaction, where the employees can feel the connections with the organizations and they feel that they are very important in their organizations. Is the feeling how they feel that they are connected with their organizations. So according to the latest survey by Gallup 2022, 2, you can see, the right-hand side, there is a chart. So you can see that the global employee engagement has remained stable. So you can see the increasing trend. So the number, in fact, tells a story that there is more than 1/5 of the populations globally that people are actually engaged with their workplace. However, there is about 1/5, another 1/5, they are actively disengaged. So what is the cause of disengagement? Okay, so you can see that the disengaged employee cost the world 7.8 trillion a year in lost productivity, which is actually equated to 11% of global GDP. And there is a new term, some of you may be very familiar. Also is, and maybe in the future it can be a good research area that you would like to look at, quiet quitting. So quiet quitting actually refer to disengaged employee that they actually put minimum efforts than what is actually required from their job. So they just fulfill the minimum requirement by the maybe from the work, or even required by their supervisors. They fulfill the minimum requirement. So we can see that according to the latest report, that more than half of the US workforce actually consists of quiet quitters. So what is this employee engagement? So employee engagement is about the involvement or the enthusiasm and the dedications of employee feel about their job. Academic researchers such as such as Becker and Schofferly 2015 define employee engagement as a positive, fulfilling work-related state of mind that is characterized by vigor, dedications, and absorptions of employee. And I would see employee engagement has 3 C. So you can see in the picture here that committed, contributing, captivated, these 3 C. So engaged employee, they feel that they are committed and they want to stay with the organizations and feeling passionate about its missions, and they contribute, they are motivated to help the organization to succeed, to achieve their objective and mission, and they are captivated, they feel energized, they are so excited and looking forward to work each day. They feel energized, looking forward to coming to work. So what you can see, that engaged employee, they are more likely to stay longer with their organizations, they are better corporate citizens, and they have more innovative ideas. So engaged employee, they are 44% more productive than their counterparts. So why employee engagement is important? So you can see that organization, they are trying to engage the employee to create a strategic advantage to their organizations. Usually employee engagement can be considered one of the key drivers to the success of the organizations, given that there is a proof that employee engagement is significantly related to employee satisfaction as well as employee morale. So usually the engaged employee, they are more productive, they are high performer in the organization, they are committed, and they have higher retention rate. In other words, also it means that they are less likely to quit the organization. So there will be a lower turnover rate, and lower absenteeism as well, and a better customer service. Okay, they are the first point of contact to the customer. So when your employee is actually happy and engaged, they are more likely to spill the effect to the customer. So they will deliver the better customer service and higher revenue for the company. So what are the characteristics of engaged employee? So we know that engaged employee, they often develop an emotional connections to their job and organization that focus on working towards organizational goal as well as organizational missions. So usually the characteristic, they know what is their role and they know what are their job about, and they want to do it. They want to actually complete their task, and they are loyal to their employer, and they are also high performer and productive. They are motivated to work toward the success. They know what the success look like. They know what is the KPI given, and they know how to actually deliver the KPI, key performance indicator of the organizations. And they are connected and emotionally connected and motivated to perform at a higher level. You will see 3 obvious behavior from the engaged employee. There are 3 S here. So you can see, first, they will talk positively about the company to all the stakeholders, regardless whether they are the employees or the co-worker in the organization or people outside of the organization. They will speak positively about their organizations. Okay, the second S is about stay. They have a strong desire to remain with the organizations, despite having, maybe they may have other opportunities, but they decided to stay with the organization. Another one is to strive, make an extra effort to contribute to the success of the organizations. Okay, so maybe you can put this picture and compare with the workplace that you are with right now. So this is how the engaged workplace look like. You will see there is a clear communications from the top to the bottom, and employees are actually clear with their work expectations and goal. They know what is their KPI and how to deliver, and you can feel others are engaged too. You can feel that your colleagues are actually engaged with their job. And you will see there is a culture of respect, that there is good relationship between the supervisor and employees, whereby supervisor are and also co-worker who care about their employees as a person. In fact, employee engagement is a process of creating a culture where employees are motivated to perform, to go above and beyond, to deliver their very best every day. So they can see a clear opportunity for career growth in the company. They know where is the career path, what can they actually achieve in the coming 5 years and 10 years in the company. And also they have the access to the right tool to complete their tasks. They are given the support, the resources. And lastly, you can see that there is a feedback given from the supervisor to their performance. And here I would like to show you there are different types of engagement level. You look at the picture at the right-hand side, you can see that employees, there are many employees, even though they are on the same board, but the engagement level is different. So you can see at the right-hand side, they are fully engaged. They are the star performance of your company. They are highly committed, loyal employees who actually add value to the organization, and they are ready and prepared to go the extra mile for your organizations. And usually this type of star performance, they are more likely to stay with your organization for a long term. And engaged employee, the second category, they are the key contributors to the company. They are reliable and they will do what is expected of them, but inclined to be competent and risk averse. And you can see that this is the area for improvement for your organization to push this engaged workforce to be fully engaged. And the third category is about not engaged. They are the passenger of your company. They're indifferent and could be frustrated employee with low energy level who actually do only the minimum to get by. And usually this group of category, we term them as quiet quitter. Okay, the new term right now. So there is another category is disengaged. So we need to be very careful with the disengaged employee because they are most likely to leave their organizations. And not only that, they may actually show counterproductive behavior and may actually affect the employees around them because they will talk badly and negatively about the current organization. They are the dissatisfied employee with a contagious, destructive influence and who are most likely looking for another job. So it's very important to tackle the disengaged employees, or otherwise they will impact the productivity of all the employees around them. So what are the strategies? We know that there are different engagement levels, and we know the importance of employee engagements. So what can we actually do with the employee engagement? So these are the strategies that I can actually propose, that employer can actually encourage employee engagement in many ways, including, there is a clear communications between the top to the bottom employees, from the top management with the employees, and they can actually communicate their expectations clearly and offer rewards, because I always believe that high performers, their work must be recognized. So offer rewards, promotion for excellent works, and also give prize to them, to the employees, and keeping employees informed about the organization performance. How well is my organization's right now in terms of the performance, revenue, and provide regular feedback to the employees as well, making efforts to make the employees feel valued and respected, and that they have the opportunity to voice out their view and their concerns, so that they know that their ideas are being heard and understood. And employee can see that their work is meaningful and believe that they are appreciated by their supervisor, and they have been entrusted with the success of the organizations. And it is always good to measure the employee engagement in your organization. You can actually include these 9 questions to assess your employee engagement. For example, this question: do you believe that the organization has your best interest in your mind when making business decisions? Are you satisfied with the way how your organization manage the business and people? Do you believe that organizations actually maintain a good communications with you? Have you actually continued to collaborate with your team during this time? And does your team inspire you to do your very best work? Does your team actually help you to successfully complete your work? Do you believe that you have the appropriate amount of information? Means that you have the access to the information to the tool, and you receive the adequate support and resources to make the correct decisions about your work. When something unexpected come out in your work, do you usually know whom that you can actually ask for help? Do you have a good understanding about the structure and the process in your organizations? And this is a self-check. How engaged are you at your workplace? So are you satisfied? Are you actually feel that you are being valued by your colleague and by your supervisor? Have you been contributing energetically? And are you ambitious for your organization? Do you find yourself speaking positively about your organization's activity? Do you actually work and go beyond the stated requirement of the job and contribute discretionary effort? It means that you actually spend your time, and effort. So to conclude, the work of leaders, managers, and supervisors is to create the condition in which employee engagement can actually take place in your organizations, and to provide your employees with the opportunity to make the engagement choice. It is about facilitating a culture of engagement. And there are 4 recommended employee engagement books. If you're interested to know further about employee engagement, these are the books that you can actually read. For example, Employee Experience Advantage: How to Win the War for Talent by Giving Employees the Workspace They Want, the Tool They Need, and a Culture They Can Celebrate. This is by Jacob Morgan. The second book, The Truth About Employee Engagement by Patrick Lencioni, and Calvin Cruz taught about Employee Engagement 2.0, how to actually motivate your team for high performance. The last book is Carrot and Stick Don't Work: Build a Culture of Employee Engagement with the Principle of Respect by Paul Machino. And that's all for my sessions. Thank you very much.